Hello, welcome on in. This is Celestial Strengthening for the Devotional December. I'm so stoked to get into our recipe recharge. So for this week, the ingredient is onion. Anyone that has the Devotional December, whether you're a client, thank you for being here. If not, I'm still so overjoyed that we are recharging with what we are consuming, especially during the holiday season, because a lot of our holiday get-togethers are based around gatherings to eat with one another. And why not utilize our beautiful plants and other ingredients to amplify our energy and make most of the moment. So I will be flipping to, let's see here, week 2, 12D print blues. So this is a play on words. We are working with the 12th dimensional time matrix, and if you have heard about your blueprint, this is your soul's blueprint in the 12th dimension. And a lot of times, this can be around the time that we are experiencing some of those emotional blues, because we are yearning for our soul. We're yearning for our purpose, and the 12D really shows up showing, hey, you have this higher purpose. You get the opportunity to choose that purpose. So let's continue recharging our physical vessel during this spiritual time and continue connecting to this higher sense of self. Now again, I will not be providing a recipe for you to consume. I'm only providing information about one ingredient and to have you open up and expand how you utilize this ingredient, if you utilize it, and what it could spiritually and energetically offer for you. So we have the ingredient onion. The recharge, its spiritual ability is layers of courage and strength. So honestly, if you are needing courage, especially around this time where some of those energetic blues might be coming up, and maybe you're feeling vulnerable, and especially during this holiday season, vulnerability can be such a counterproductive emotion to feel when you are around people, or maybe when you're not around people. But know that having onion around you, because this can be a recipe to just have the energy around you and not consume it, if you are not into consuming onions. But I'm very excited to share that, one, there are 600 to 900 types of onions. So if you are not an onion person, maybe you just have yet to find the right type of onion for your palate. And next, I want to share that shallots, garlic, leeks, and chives, they're all in the onion family. But I do have a section of getting deeper within the garlic system. So specifically, we aren't touching base on many garlic types, more of the well-known onion types. So something that I thought was incredibly fascinating and completely in alignment with connecting to that 12th dimensional blueprint of your soul, that undistorted version of who you truly are, is that a common thing of onions is onion carries sulfur. So sulfur is known to fight off bacteria. It's also known to repair your DNA. And originally we have this 12-strand DNA complex, or what 3D system says we have a double helix and the rest of the DNA strands are junk DNA. That's for you to decide upon. My opinion is onion can help strengthen that connection to our 12-strand DNA and provide us courage to continue aspiring towards this higher version of self. Now, on top of repairing your DNA, it also protects your cells against dis-ease. When you think of dis-ease, think of during this season when you are feeling that dis-ease coming on, and maybe if you know yourself consciously or subconsciously, if you get sick all of a sudden before a family meeting, or if you get some sort of physical reaction to being around others during this time, recognize how you can utilize onion around you or consume it to give you that courage and strength to continue what you are aspiring towards, so you're not limiting yourself. Now let's check out some common onions and what they do, how we can utilize them, and how they'll help strengthen certain aspects of your life. So the most common is the yellow onion. This has such a strong flavor. I'll be very honest, this is my least favorite. But what's interesting is it becomes sweet when it is heated. So this is something, a wonderful onion if you're in a lack mindset, because it is so plentiful. So it's carrying that layers of energy to expand a lack mindset. And it's yellow, so it's activating your solar plexus. It's there to support you. It's there to bring out aspects of your ego that can actually help you around this time. Now, the next one are red onions. This one is my favorite. So what's interesting is it's called red onion. So on the surface level, it connects to our root chakra, right? Our grounding chakra. But what's interesting is when you look at it and you cut into it, it actually looks more purple and white. And that's connecting to our soul, our purification, and it's also connecting to our crown chakra. So what I love about this is the name. It's called red, right? So it's connecting that alignment of what you ground, what are you thinking about. It's saying, hey, soul, I need you right now so we can be here in the experience, because your crown chakra is all about experiencing and gathering knowledge and having wisdom after an experience, which during the holiday season, we're having a lot of experiences and there can be a lot of thoughts. So having red onion around, the physical taste, it's sweet and mild. It appears purple and white, but again, it's called red onion, and it can be eaten raw, where you don't see a lot of people eating raw yellow onions just because it's so powerful. It needs that heat to sweeten it up, where red onions are already sweet. So that's interesting. Next, sweet onions. This is something I actually like to deter from. The only reason why I like to deter from sweet onions is because the reason they grow larger than your typical yellow onion is because they are raised in soil that has less sulfur. So that means there's less energy to repair your DNA. There's less energy to fight against bacteria and dis-ease. So that's something, look out. If you're like, hey, Everin, I eat onion all the time and I feel like garbage, I don't think it's doing anything what you're saying. Are you eating sweet onion? And not saying to not eat it, just be aware that it is purposely grown in less sulfur soils. So now you know. Different one, shallots. Shallots are really nice, and if you're needing a quick fix but you don't want to eat as a large amount of onion, shallots are perfect because typically they're diced up smaller or they're sliced up. They're in a smaller form, but they pack the energetic punch as if you had a larger onion. They do drift more on the garlicky side. So let's say you are feeling pretty strong and you're having a lot of courage, but you need spurts of it. That shallot is helpful. And because it has that more garlicky connection, garlic is all about protection. So it's going to protect what you already have. Next, leeks. This is probably one of the least utilized onions, but it's really helpful for grounding because it has such an earthy taste. If you are out of sync with our planet, because at this time our planet is preparing to rest and restore itself. If you are needing that, especially with your heart chakra, utilizing leek can be so helpful. Now, typically people don't eat the green parts of leeks. They eat the other part that's whitish. The green part can be cut up and used in stock. So if we think about what is stock, it's a liquid. It's for your emotions. So if you are needing help connecting back to your emotions and needing help with your heart and grounding your feelings to this planet and being in the moment, leeks are a wonderful way to dive into that energetically. And then we have white onion. White onions, people like to eat them raw, and they're mild. They're not as strong as that yellow onion, so you can eat them raw. And that just connects with your soul, and it's a very pure essence of, you know what, I just need a good taste of my courage, right? And the last one, which is interesting because it's not a type, but rather a stage of onion, it's green onions. That's one of my favorites. And it's also known as scallions. They're immature onions. Because they're immature, if you're wanting and needing to access courage that you used to have as a child, you need that inner child healing and inner child strength. If you were like, man, when I was younger, I had all of this energy and courage and I didn't feel so vulnerable like I do now. If that is you, having green onion around or in your food and consuming it can be a wonderful way. And it has that connection of your heart with the green aspect and the connection to your soul, the white aspect. So depending on how you eat that is really fun. And again, now you have two different ingredients to mix. What oils are you amplifying onion with? Are you having it cold? Are you having it hot? How are you chopping it up? And what is your reasoning for these different layers? I'm so excited. Again, here's that note section. Here's a place to write down your recipe. What are your favorite onions? Why? What do you have them in? Do you have others make recipes that contain onions? And I'm super curious. Are you, I want a chunky onion, like you like them cut fat? Or are you more of, I'll eat onion if I can't see it? Very curious. I'm so stoked. Again, I'm bringing out sandwich because last time I did not do a reading with sandwich. So let's see what sandwich pulls today for us, especially as we get closer and closer to the winter solstice and being in the actual time frame of winter. What advice can our dragon provide for us this week? Squirrel medicine. Oh, I love this. Pitter patter, plan ahead. Keep silent your path's desires. No eyes or ears shall see you coming. A well-deserved reveal. I absolutely love this. I love squirrels. I used to take care of squirrels at a wildlife rehabilitation center. It was so much fun to assist in that species. So, work with squirrel energy, allow squirrel energy to plan and know that your 12th dimensional path is meant for you and you only. If you are asking other people about your 12th dimensional path, they are not going to understand in depth your purpose because your purpose is just for you. So just keep that in mind when sharing your path and regenerating your energy because you are the one who knows your energy best. Now, this is the last week. December 20th is the last day to sign up for January, February, March 2025 life coaching plans where you get one-on-one sessions with me as well as that physical planner. putting that out there. I love you guys. Namaste, blessed, and thank you so much. Enjoy the holiday season.